There's one really big assignment that you have, and this is going to be absolutely life-changing for yourself and the entire multiverse of illusions, the games that we play, the matrices that we created and agreed to play in. They aren't a game unless we have challenges. I want to tell you what yours is and how you can win it. Win the Matrix game. You ready for it? Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. We break through them. They exist here. You don't eliminate them. How? How do we not eliminate them? I mean, why wouldn't we want to? Because then there would be no challenges, no game. This is exactly what you came here for. There's one thing we have to do, and I want you to know, if you especially had challenges in your life, things in your past or your childhood, whatever it is, you especially agreed to take on the challenges and signed up for it. But here's what must be done. And this will place you in a completely different reality dimension. Right here on Earth, you're going to feel different. Things are going to change for you immediately if you do this one thing. We have to break the cycle. The cycle of what? The cycle of fear, the cycle of separation, of judgment, the cycle of not believing that we are all powerful and just knowing what we are. We have to break the cycle. So when we talk about child abuse or any kind of abuse, spousal abuse, all these things don't just start here. They have progressed from something else and something else and something else. Every person that has abused has connected to abuse, has had abuse. The more abuse that they've received, the more they live that way, and they are meant to break the cycle. So it's not that they were punished and, well, that's not fair. It's, yes, you took it on to show that you could break the cycle, and I'm going to give you an example, the ultimate example of doing that. Christ purposely took on the ultimate horrific ending, right? I can't imagine what it's like to be strung up on a cross and have nails through your hands. Whatever really took place, it was very unpleasant. He didn't stop it. He could have struck everybody down with lightning. He knew how to do all of that stuff. He and nature are one. But he didn't. He took on the biggest challenge to break the cycle. He wanted to show that no matter what somebody does to you, that you can forgive. No matter what happens, that you can love anyways. He had to demonstrate that, and we still haven't figured that out. You must break the cycle. And whatever the cycle is for you personally, that's yours to break. Now, when I say break the cycle, let's talk about everyone has a cycle to break. Let's say you had a great childhood. I had a great childhood. One of the lucky ones, right? There is a cycle of reacting to the world out there, of fear, of anxiety, of all these things that go on, of thinking and believing that the material world is who and what you are. We have to break that cycle. So you may not have had any big challenges to overcome, but there will be some right now that you can name. What is it? Negative thinking, self-sabotage, right? A lot of my students do that. It's like, why did you just do that? Because it's self-sabotage. Why do you choose a negative thought? That's self-sabotage. Why do you keep going for these negative spaces? We have to break that cycle. So when people come over and they learn how to break through fear, what we do is we recognize where it's coming from. And it's always coming from programming, experiences, the world, what we've been told, and what we chose to believe. So we still get the opportunity to make a different choice. I don't have to believe anything anymore. I don't have to believe that I'm what you told me I am. That maybe not be so nice. And so there's going to be negative people out there. You know, I'm on YouTube, right? There's always somebody that finds the worst in something and has to make a comment about it. Their challenge is to break that cycle. Can you find something good and positive? Can you see it differently? Or can you just contribute to the planet in some positive way? Break the cycle. What can you do today to break the cycle that has kept you in any kind of negativity, blame? The cycle here of humans in general is separation. Separation is saying that they're bad and that we are the good guys, and it just continues. And the good guys are still fighting the bad guys. Fighting's fighting. The cause is irrelevant. Yeah, it is irrelevant because fighting is just a low form of separation. It just finds a different kind of cause to justify what it's doing. Yeah, so what are you going to do right now? Take a look at what you're doing in your life that is causing any kind of cycle to continue that creates conflict or anger or sadness or anything, or most of all separation, right? When we end the thought that somebody else is different to us and that we recognize they're just another equal light being making different choices and going through the motions of that, most of all, we get to learn from it. Am I going to react in anger? Christ could have. He could have been very angry. Or am I going to do the ultimate thing and love you anyways? I don't have to be your best friend. I don't have to hang out with you. No, that's not required. Humans are humans. But when we go into that space here, am I going to hold the space of light? Because that's how I affect you most. Not telling you what to do or that you should be awakened or you need to do this or that. It's still your choice. You can only lead the way through lighting the path. Break the cycle of all of it. All of it. What cycle do you have to break? That's either in your family. That's a big one. Most people have cycles in the family. And you're going to be the person that's different. And by the way, I've heard this a lot. People say, well, I am different. I'm the spiritual one, and we get into arguments, and they don't listen to me, and they're dense. That's not breaking the cycle. That's still the Star Wars theory, that the good is battling the bad, but they're still all battling. And when battling ends, and then we create completely different lives, then things start to change. You ready for that? All right, so get busy. I have, of course, I always have free videos for you. That's going to take you through a lot of different choices to change anything in your life. We have everything from how to create off-grid properties with no money or no credit. How do you change your credit? How do you get money to do things in life? Maybe you want to create a homestead or a retreat. I have all of those tools for you. We have downloads for a free webinar, 1-hour webinar, mobile apps. I'm giving you all kinds of tools. And of course, yes, I do have paid courses, and I welcome you to come over. I don't take everybody on, but the ones who come on, yeah, it's been life-changing. Giving you a lot of options here, shining that light. You get to choose. What cycle do you have to break? All right, I hope you'll subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.